All right, we're going to get started with the more serious news that Elon Musk actually just dropped. And there's some news related to this. Elon said any account doxing real-time location info of anyone will be suspended, as it is a physical safety violation. This includes posting links to sites with real-time location info. Posting locations someone traveled to on a slightly delayed basis isn't a safety problem, so it's okay. So the big story today that's trending like crazy is Elon Jet. And all of these leftists are like, I can't believe Elon banned Elon Jet. He said he believed in free speech. Free speech means you can share public information. Elon just posted this only about 20 minutes ago. Last night, a car carrying Lil X in LA was followed by a crazy stalker thinking it was me, who later blocked the car from moving and climbed onto the hood. Legal action is being taken against Sweeney and organizations who supported harm to my family. So this is crazy. Here's the story from CNN. Twitter suspends account that tracked Musk's private jet despite billionaire's free speech pledge. Oh, free speech pledge. They say Twitter on Wednesday suspended an account that tracked the location of his jet despite his commitment to free speech, blah, blah, blah. Twitter later restored the Elon Jet account Wednesday evening after the company posted a new set of edicts that appeared to be designed specifically to justify the removal of the jet tracking account. The move comes after Musk has reinstated previous Twitter rule breakers. The Elon Jet account, run by Jack Sweeney, a 20-year-old Florida college student, used publicly available flight tracking information to build a Twitter bot that tweeted every time Musk's Gulfstream took off and landed at an airport. The last post from the account prior to the suspension showed Musk's jet taking off from Oakland, California on Monday and landing in Los Angeles 48 minutes later. Sweeney woke up Wednesday morning with a message from Twitter saying he'd been banned. Now, here's what I'm wondering. Was this it? Was it actually Lil X flying on the plane, and then a lunatic seeing the information shows up, starts harassing Lil X, and then, I mean, this is not a flight that Elon's on. So this goes beyond just doxing Elon's jet. This wasn't about Elon. This is a private jet, which can be used by many people, can be rented out, can be commissioned. And because of that, very serious harm nearly came to an individual. I also want to mention that one story where, who was it, that rapper? You mentioned this before the show, Serge, that rapper who was like chilling with his girlfriend and she posted a picture of his burger.
Oh, yeah, PNB Rock. That's right.
And
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
Correct. In South Central LA.
And then someone walked up and just shot and killed him.
Yeah, taking it for his, he's famous for his chains, wearing a lot of chains around him, and someone just felt like it was their time to take him.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? I kind of agree with this policy.
I think you should not be doxing. Doxing is real time exposing, someone's personal information or private information, I guess you would call it. Not like what hair color, even things like that, like what their name is, what their address is, what their phone number is, what they look like. Those kind of data in real time to people you don't know is a form of doxing. But the thing is, Elon's got to specify what real time means, because is it 5 minutes ago? Is that still considered real time? Is it 9 minutes ago? Like, when is it now no longer real time?
We were talking about this. Ian brought this up before the show. When we went to New York to check out the ads we put up in Times Square, Ian took some pictures. We're going to post them, and I was just like, wait a few minutes.
I waited like 20 minutes. We changed locations before I put the picture up because we were standing right where I took the picture, and that was a smart move. You never know, real time,
Well, considering that rapper story of the chicken and waffles.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Don't dangle your gems in front of the hungry and poor. Like, don't show unnecessary data. Don't leave things in plain sight in your car when you go into the store. Hide your valuables.
It's a good point, but it was like the analogy was very esoteric.
Yeah,
it's like most people don't have gems to dangle.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But Ian's got a big pile in front of him. So
don't leave your phone in plain sight in your car when you get out and go into the store. Stuff like that. Don't tempt fate.
Yeah,
right.
Don't bring all your fancy dye to a game shop unless you want people to lust for them.
And I think doxing is a form of tempting fate. You're like saying, I'm not saying to do anything, but here's the info in case you want to, kind of thing.
Yeah. Look, I'm in total agreement with you guys. It's the right policy. It's the right call. I mean, when folks' physical safety is at issue, it's a totally different ballgame. And mind you, the same critics who are complaining about this, saying, "Oh, Mr. Free Speech, whatever," are the same. A lot of the same folks who are probably saying misinformation or disinformation during the pandemic were forms of violence, or that they were threatening and they needed to be taken down. They've lost their baseline of reality and what's actually a threat to people and what's not. And your physical location, the safety of your family and yourself is paramount. And so that's absolutely something that needs to be monitored. But misinformation, disinformation, ridiculous. Yet they were more than happy to cheer that on.
Yeah, the word violence has been taken away out of context
Yes.
and blown out of proportion. Like, it's calling someone a name, even if it's a nasty name, is not violent.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
You know, and we need to really, really be honest about what real violence is. I think in order to use that term effectively.
Well, there's a lot of other things happening here that are worth considering. There's also some people reporting that the Elon Jet Instagram account is also being banned on Twitter and is being prevented from people giving the ability of sharing that URL. Just a couple of days ago, Elon Musk said that he's not going to be doing any open-air car parades anytime soon, as, of course, a lot of people are saying that he might be getting Epstein, as it's fair to say that Orange Man Bad has been replaced with Spaceship Man Bad. And right now, the media, top level lawyers, a lot of powerful politicians, a lot of intelligence agencies aren't really happy with him and are putting a lot of pressure on him, to the point where there's even lawyers right now going through his application for citizenship in the United States, seeing if he made a mistake, seeing if he lied, so they could try to renounce his U.S. citizenship, which is crazy.
That's not true, is it?
I believe so.
Some random woman tweeted that, and everyone was just like,
why wouldn't it be true, especially with how much they're grasping for the straws when it comes to attacking him? I wouldn't be surprised if this was true.
Well, I wouldn't either, but some random leftist propaganda account claiming that they're trying to revoke Elon's citizenship is very different from a news report at the very least. Like, we got a video of the Washington Post people getting laid off and freaking out. And I tweeted, what's that word for when you derive pleasure from the suffering of your enemies? And so we get it. Schadenfreude. But I still would be like some random blue check saying it versus an organization putting their weight behind it. Not like I trust them a whole lot. They'll probably twist and lie about it, but there's got to be some evidence.
Well, I think you're right. But at the same time, when we look at all the high level pressure tactics that are going against Elon, it wouldn't surprise me if people are doing this, not putting their face behind it yet, because it's more about sending a threat. It's more about trying to harass someone. It's more about trying to intimidate someone. And I think that's why this news was shared so widely today and talked about as significantly as it was, because I truly do see them grasping at the straws here and trying to figure out any reason to try to get him and try to stop him from doing what he's doing. Because as we mentioned here many times on this show, he's changing the game here. He's creating a situation where people are finally able to speak freely. This changes everything. Powerful people, the only thing that they have is the consensus. The only thing that they have is people's ignorance, especially when they commit all these crimes against populations. So when you have a man promising to get rid of all of that, that's a huge threat against them. And this is why I think he's taking his safety more seriously than ever before.
I hope, Elon, if you're listening, if you're going to subvert the empire, you got to do it subtly. If you tell them your plans before you do it, that's what JFK kept doing. He kept telling them that he's going to disband the CIA and the CIA, and then they, come out. They can stop you if they know what you're going to do. So subtlety and decentralization. I
don't think he's revealed his plan. I kind of feel like there's a couple memes going around about how Elon is very much in line with the World Economic Forum on many issues. UBI being one of them, that he's got Tesla factories in China, and that he's praised the Chinese Communist Party in the past. Look, the dude may agree with us on some key issues like free speech, but I don't think he agrees with us on a lot of issues. I saw on YouTube, Hassan Piker, the leftist, made a video called Tim Pool Confronts Elon Musk, where he actually says it's an unironic like of a tweet from Tim Pool. Because I tweeted out that gag where I said, I used to think Neuralink was scary and dangerous, but then Elon bought Twitter and agreed with me ideologically. Now I think Neuralink is great and want to have my brain plugged into the machine. And so he was like, yeah, great. But then he got mad at me because I said, look, I'm just screwing around. Neuralink is great, but the putting in your brain interface stuff is something else. He didn't like that. But I think there is something to it when leftists like that would agree, like, hey, the Neuralink brain stuff is probably over the line. We don't want to go there. So I'm like, well, if that's the unifying thing, and he actually liked to tweet for me, bro, I agree. I can understand if someone's paralyzed, they want Neuralink, they'll ask for it. I don't like the idea that Elon's outright said the goal of it is human one-to-one AI interfacing, which, in my view, erases humanity.
But I think that AI is going to erase humanity anyway, and that we're evolving into some technocratic, machine first society. It seems like where it's inevitably, we might branch off and have still like, Luddite humans that they want to live in the jungle and be away from electricity. But like, we're not going to be in this Homo sapien form forever as the dominant species on Earth. So I think that we are becoming, we're already kind of cyborg. And I love the idea of being able to type with my thoughts and being able to communicate with my thoughts because I think way faster than my hands can type.
It's true, but see, that's what you think is going to happen. And what's really going to happen is you're going to, Phil made a really, really great point about this, Phil Labonte, last night. He said, you get the Neuralink, they don't tell you to do anything. What happens is you'll go out and you'll do something. You'll buy a McDonald's cheeseburger and the Neuralink instantly will give you the tiniest little dopamine hit. You won't know why, but you'll just enjoy yourself. And over time, those micro hits of dopamine will start pushing you in a specific direction and shaping you into the person you never chose to be. And you won't even realize you were manipulated into being a puppet.
Yeah, if the code and the algorithms are not free of the neural net, everything has to be transparent. You need to know why it's feeding you, what dopamine rushes when, what levels, and ideally you're setting those levels yourself. It will be complete annihilation for the species if it is not open source and free software. You need complete transparency with a technology like this. It's like, in a way I was going to say it's like running water, but we really don't know what's coming out of our tap water either.
If you think hacking a computer network is valuable, wait till you can hack a person. Like, there already is social engineering, a field of, hacker culture where people manipulate people. But imagine being able to pull up a keyboard, knowing the code because it's open source. Then governments develop exploits. There would be open source patching of these security issues too, don't get me wrong. But you're gonna see 0-day attacks. You're gonna be sitting in your room and you're gonna be like, all right, let's do the anti-government subversive show. Oh, my brain's exploding. Yeah. And just, oh no, he got hacked. It was routed through a bunch of IPs. We can't figure out who did it.
You could do it so like it automatically shuts down if there's outside interference.
How would it? How? Everything is exploitable. So as long as there's any kind of read-write capabilities, someone will find a way to go into your brain and just mess you up.
Yeah, you thought computer viruses were bad. Imagine that in your head when your computer is your brain. So there's a lot of potential for a lot of things going wrong here, and I think skepticism is our best friend moving forward.
So we have all of these Twitter leftists freaking out. They're screaming, Elon Musk is doxing people. I thought he believed in free speech. And my response is kind of just like, I don't care what you think because you never agreed with free speech in the first place. So get off your high horse. No one believes you. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.